Shri Parasakthi Vidyalaya Cbse Class 7th Subject Chemistry.
Hello children, welcome to your 7th standard chemistry class. We are learning chapter 3 fiber to fabric. In the previous class, we have learned about the life history and the rearing of the silkworm. Isn't it, ma? Yes. In this session, we are going to learn about the processing of silk. Processing of silk. In this processing of silk, cocoon is very important. Isn't it, ma? Yes. What do you mean by cocoon, ma? The covering of silk fibers by a caterpillar. The outer covering of the caterpillar by secreting of the silk fiber which is rich in protein. This outer covering is known as the cocoon. Then this cocoon is used for making silk fiber. Okay, let us learn the processing of silk fiber. Okay, ma. Processing of silk. Processing of silk. For processing of silk, which one is important, children? The cocoon is very important. Because from the cocoon, we are going to get the silk fiber. So, a pile of cocoon is used for obtaining silk fiber. Already, I have showed a pile of cocoon in the previous picture. Isn't it, ma? Yes. A pile of cocoon is used for obtaining silk fibers. Then the cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. What will happen? If the cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam, the silk fibers separate out from the cocoon. The reason for doing these boiling or exposure of steam are kept under the sun is to separate the silk fiber from the cocoon. Yes. Or if we kept the cocoon in hot water, what will happen? The silk fiber separate out from the cocoon. The process of taking out threads or silk fibers from the cocoon for use as silk is called reeling the silk. What do you mean by reeling, children? Reeling means the process of taking out threads from the cocoons for use as silk is called reeling the silk. Reeling is done in special machines. Nowadays, reeling is done in special machines. In this reeling process unwind the threads of fibers of silk from the cocoon. In this reeling process, which unwind the threads. Unwind means which separate the threads or fibers of silk from the cocoon. And after that, till this reeling process, we have got the silk fibers. After getting silk fibers, it is very easy to get the yarn. Isn't it, ma? Yarn or thread. Yes. Then the silk fibers are then spun into silk threads. The fibers are spun into silk threads. That means by spinning process, the fibers are converted into yarns or threads. Isn't it, ma? And after getting the silk threads, how do we get the silk cloth, children? We get silk cloth by weaving process. Yes. After getting the silk threads, these are woven into silk cloth by the weavers. Who are weavers, children? One who weave the yarn or one who produce the cloth from the yarn are called the weavers. Already you have studied these terms, spinning and weaving, in your 6th standard. Isn't it, ma? Yes. Okay, children. The processing of silk. Processing of silk என்ன பார்த்தோமா, இந்த குக்கூன் தான் வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ கொஞ்சம் நிறைய குக்கூன் எல்லாம் கலெக்ட் பண்ணி அதை நல்ல பாயில் வாட்டர்லையோ அல்லது ஸ்டீம் எக்ஸ்போஸ் பண்ணி சன்லைட் படுற மாதிரி வைக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகுதுனாமா, இந்த சில்க் ஃபைபர் செப்பரேட் ஆகுது, இந்த குக்கூன்லேருந்து செப்பரேட் ஆகுது. இந்த separating process or the taking out of the threads from the cocoons is called the reeling. இந்த ப்ராசஸ்க்கு பேர் என்னமா, ரீலிங். தென் ரீலிங் ப்ராசஸ் முடிஞ்ச உடனே நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குதுமா, சில்க் ஃபைபர். இந்த ஃபைபர் கிடைச்சிட்டா ஃபைபர்லேருந்து ஈஸியாக என்ன ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணலாம், ஸ்பின்னிங் ப்ராசஸ் மூலமாக யான் ஆர் த்ரெட் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணலாம். தென் இந்த சில்க் த்ரெட்டில் இருந்து weavers weave these silk cloth by the weaving process. Okay, children, do you understand? Once again, I recall the processing of silk fiber, children. In the processing of silk fiber, the first step is collection of cocoons. The cocoons are a pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fiber. This is a pile of cocoon, collection of cocoons. What's the next step, ma? After collecting the cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. Cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. Then third step, reeling of silk. Reeling of silk fibers or silk threads. What do you mean by reeling, children? What do you mean by reeling? The process of taking out threads from the cocoons for use as silk is called reeling the silk. Reeling means the separating out of silk fibers from the cocoon is called reeling, is known as reeling of silk. After reeling, that means after getting the silk fibers from the cocoon, the fibers are converted into yarn. By which process, children? By spinning process. Spinning is done either manually or in factories. Okay, children? What do you mean by spinning? The process of making yarn from the fiber is called spinning, which you have studied in your 6th standard. After getting the yarn by the process of spinning, the yarns are converted into fabric. What's the name of the process which is used to convert yarn to fabric, children? Weaving. Weaving, yes. What do you mean by weaving? The process of arranging two sets of yarns together perpendicular to each other to make fabric is called weaving. Do you understand, children? You have already learned this process in your 6th standard, chapter 3, fiber to fabric. Do you remember, ma? Yes. After getting the silk threads or silk yarn, the yarns are converted into silk fabrics by the weaving process. Weaving of fabric is done on looms. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. Okay, dear children, we have completed the chapter 3, fiber to fabric. In this lesson, we have studied about the animal fiber, wool and silk. Isn't it, ma? Yes. Try to find out the answer for your book exercise, children. In the next session, we will discuss the book back exercises. Before that, I have given you one assignment. That is in our science textbook, page number 25, activity 3.2. Okay, children, the activity is collect pictures of animals whose hair is used as wool. Okay, children, collect the pictures of wool yielding animal and stick it in your A4 sheet or chart. Okay children, I have given some examples of that wool yielding animal. They are Angora goat, yak, camel, alka and llama. Okay children, collect the wool yielding animals pictures and paste it in a A4 sheet or chart. Okay children.